Hands do the talking, man. My hands gonna make sure that it turns into the Lamont Roach show for sure.
My whole goal was always to go out there and put on a great performance, like every night.
Oh, he's competitive. He wants to compete. You know what I mean? He wants to win. You know, he wants to, do more than the next guy. But he's also humble in a sense.
During the final face-off, Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach got heated ahead of their showdown. Roach boldly claimed he's never faced someone like me in a fight, vowing victory on Saturday night. Tank, unfazed, fired back with confidence. Tensions are high as both fighters prepare for an intense battle in the ring.
March 1st to come out victorious.
Lamont, how's the power? Gary Richard, 135?
Yeah, you know it. It might be better than it was at 30.
You feel more comfortable with your goal, your punches and everything like that?
Sure. 5 extra pounds I don't gotta lose.
How important is it for you to look for a knockout for this fight for Gervonta, not even to the judges?
I'm not necessarily stressing the knockout, but as you know, as I've been saying, this entire press run, this entire media run, I'm trying to knock any and everybody out. So if the opportunity presents itself, I'm going to take it for sure.
What makes it different than against the other opponents?
The IQ, the skill level, just being the overall cerebral assassin in the ring. He ain't never been in there with someone like me up to date. You know what I'm saying?
Moving the last fight, you never to have any effect on the fight?
Not necessarily, but it is a little get back that I got to get for sure. For sure. Yeah, that's a goal of mine. But regardless, after I win, I'm gonna defend that goal until I.
Lamont Roach and Gervonta Tank Davis faced off in a tense final encounter ahead of their upcoming bout. Roach, exuding confidence, boldly claimed that Davis has never faced someone like him in the ring, vowing victory on fight night. Davis, unfazed by Roach's bravado, fired back with confidence, emphasizing that the fight will be decided by skill, and whoever possesses the superior ability will emerge victorious. When asked about his transition to 135 pounds, Davis expressed that he feels stronger and more comfortable with the added weight, noting that
Junior here in New York. Lamont, it's good to see you. How are you feeling? It's fight week.
Oh, I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling good. Fight week, I'm very excited.
An extra 5 pounds to work with for yourself. How's that move up in weight been feeling?
It's been feeling great, man. I'm not struggling or killing myself to make weight. I don't normally struggle or kill myself to make weight neither, but it's a better feeling. Them last 5 pounds is a big difference.
I have to ask you, Lamont, you go into this fight, obviously you're going to be the underdog. Do you thrive on that tag though, being the underdog?
No, just like my fight with Hector, I've been an underdog before. I've been doubted, I've been counted out, and you guys see what happens. So March 1st is going to be a repeat of that.
Whenever Gervonta Davis fights, as he was mentioned up on the stage, there's a lot more attention on the fight. Instead of it being the Gervonta Davis show, how do you make it the Lamont Roach Jr. show?
Go in there and let my hands do the talking, man. My hands going to make sure that it turns into the Lamont Roach show for sure.
I know you don't want to give too much away, but how do you break down Gervonta Davis? How do you come out on top in this fight?
Punch him in the face, punch him in the body, keep punching him in the face. That's how it's going to stop. If he's not going to be able to stop this shit coming to him. I'm sorry, excuse my language. He ain't going to be able to stop this.
One thing that we've seen with Tank, he obviously has that one-punch knockout power. For yourself, how do you look to try and stay switched on for 12 rounds so you don't allow him to find that shot?
He no longer has to cut as much. He stated that while he is not necessarily chasing a knockout, his mindset has been to stop every opponent he faces, and if the opportunity arises, he will take full advantage of it. Roach, on the other hand, emphasized his intelligence and skill in the ring, claiming that his boxing IQ makes him a different challenge compared to Davis's past opponents. Roach brushed off concerns about his amateur losses, acknowledging them but insisting they would not affect the outcome of this fight. He remained focused on his goal of winning the title and defending it until he no longer feels comfortable.
Night. Yeah, I rule awakening for sure. He just doing what you have to do, trying to psych yourself out for the fight and things like that, but come on, the fridge is all about skill versus skill, man.
At 130 pounds. He asserted that his hands will dictate the fight, ensuring that the spotlight shifts from Davis to him. His strategy is straightforward: attack Davis's face and body relentlessly, aiming to disrupt his rhythm and take control of the fight. Davis remained composed in response to Roach's assertions, acknowledging that Roach is simply trying to psych himself up for the fight. He reiterated that boxing is a contest of skill and that the better fighter will claim victory. Barry Hunter, a respected trainer, confirmed that.
But I had to put that aside and look at this business, and that's where it is. I mean, it's gonna be love before love after.
How did the relationship with you and Gervonta take place? Being in his corner now, will you be in his corner come Saturday night?
I will be in his corner. Here's the deal: we got a long history. Calvin called me years ago. Gervonta was a little boy, maybe 8, 9 years old. Brought him up to the gym. And we've all been together ever since. Times when you don't see us, myself, and maybe Patrice Harris with him, we still write his fight plans up and everything. So we've been together for a long time.
Coach, can you just give us some clarification or understanding? Because the obvious question is Calvin also going to be in that corner? And if not, why?
Oh, yeah, you see him here now, right?
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? See, I hear things, right?
Sure.
But nevertheless,
he will be in Davis's corner on fight night. Having worked with Davis since he was a young boy, Hunter expressed his deep connection with the fighter and his team. He reassured that Davis will be supported by a full corner, including Calvin Ford, ensuring that he is well prepared for the challenge. Boxing analysts have weighed in on the fight, with many predicting a decisive victory for Davis. Some suggest that Roach is likely to be knocked out in the early rounds due to Davis's superior power and technique.
Lamont Roach is going to be knocked out extremely violent, very early in the fight, and it's going on. And I'm looking at his stance and his feet, and I'm saying Gervonta is going to knock Roach out by accident. I think he's going to knock him out just from muscle memory, just from his technique. Tank isn't the guy who just tries to go out and knock you out. But I think he's going to be violent come Saturday. I think he's going to try to make a statement because, of course, Stevenson just fought with Hadley. And so I think he's trying to send a message, like, don't ever put this guy in my league. Even if, Shakur was supposed to beat Hadley and I supposed to beat.
Belief is that Davis, who has historically taken his time before delivering knockout blows, may look to make a statement in this fight by securing an early stoppage. Analysts cite Davis's precision, experience, and ability to capitalize on openings as key factors that could lead to Roach's downfall. Stephen Fulton defended Roach's decision to take this fight, dismissing criticism from those who may not understand the history between the two fighters. He noted that those who came up and...
Last question I got to ask you about the fight coming up.
That's because, before business actually get taken care of, I don't like to say it. But then if it don't happen, everybody like, well, what happened with this? You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
You take those little losses or I have a thing don't go well in the dark.
But I'm going to say I'm proud of both moves. I'm proud of the performance, and I'm proud of that move. That's a big move.
What big?
But last question, I got to ask you about the fight. You got Tank, Lamont Roach this Saturday. You going to be in the building?
Yeah, I'm going to be there. He's going to be a fan of the sport, though. May the best man win. That's good for both of them and their history as well.
I've been hearing people criticize the fight. Why is that a good fight to watch? Because for me, I think it's going to be competitive.
People that criticize the ones that don't know the history between the two or that don't know certain fighters in certain weight classes, I can say. But guys like me and everybody else that came up in my era, as far as like the amateur stuff, I want to see the fight. Like I think it's a good fight because I know both of them and they got history. We all know of each other, things like that. So.
The amateur ranks alongside them recognize the significance of this matchup. Meanwhile, Roach demonstrated his readiness during a public training session, showcasing his power and technical ability in preparation for the fight. Roach further fueled the pre-fight tension by claiming that he had previously knocked out Davis in the amateurs and warning Davis against starting slow. He declared that his own Hall of Fame run begins with defeating Davis and asserted that Davis is on the verge of retirement. In response, Davis remained calm, emphasizing that he has been through tough fights before and is fully prepared for whatever Roach brings to the ring. Many boxing experts believe Davis operates on a different level compared to Roach, citing his track record in previous performances. They argue that while Roach is a solid fighter, Davis's skills and
said, when y'all were amateurs, he whooped your ass. And he was the harder puncher back then, so obviously he thinks he's the harder puncher now. And he said, when y'all get in the ring, he will be the bigger man. So he is gonna stand and bang with you because he got more power than you, bro. And he said that the fact that people think that you gonna knock him out, well, that's a joke to him. He don't see that happening because you better not start slow or you gonna be in trouble, bro. Because you are just the beginning of his Hall of Fame legacy. It starts with you. He ain't have to negotiate with you because when he beats you, you are done. Because you're thinking about retirement. And that starts his Hall of Fame.
experience will be too much for him to handle. Predictions commonly point to a knockout victory for Davis by the 7th round, with analysts expecting him to systematically break down Roach before delivering a devastating finish. Gary Russell Jr. provided insight into Davis's character outside the ring, describing him as someone who avoids unnecessary trash talk and
fighting these fighters that we talk about all the time. We fighting these people that we rarely know like that, bro. And you trying to sell us wolf tickets. You're trying to hype us up, talking about he's the next one. He's a good fighter. And when you go into there's levels, bro. Like the whole said, there's levels. Like there's Roach, there's Tank Davis, just another different level, you know.
It's the favorite for his fight, and I think that Davis is going to be able to win via KO in round 7. I think he's going to be able to brutally stop Roach, to be completely honest. And, you know, maybe it's a harsh way of putting it, but he was able to do it better than Martin. Martin let him onto the front foot, and Davis showed that he can just walk you down. I think he's going to be able to do that again. Roach might be able to land early to the body quite nicely at times, and, you know, might be able to out-throw him like Martin was doing in that fight. But Roach, if he's just not throwing on the inside and just continually trying to go for big singular shots to the body or, you know, catching with big overhands, then I think it's just not going to work out for him. I think Davis is going to be able to work that out very easily, find the openings very easily, and then, you know, Roach might be trying to slip and use his kind of Philly shell, but I still believe that Davis is going to be able to be better than that and to see a shot, to time a shot very well to be able to brutally.
First, to let his actions speak for themselves. He noted that while some may criticize the matchup, those familiar with both fighters' histories understand why the fight is compelling. Davis, reflecting on his career, acknowledged that he is nearing the end of his boxing journey. While he remains focused on delivering great performances, he also expressed a desire to take a step back and focus on personal growth, including being a better father and pursuing education.
I know that there's been a lot of rumblings in social media that you want that fight. Y'all went back and forth. You wanted that fight for a few years now.
I'm the only one that's been saying shit. Tank know to keep his mouth closed when it comes. He don't say too much. So,
speaking of him, obviously, what do you think about this fight against Lamont Roach, man? Because there's a lot of people that are kind of iffy on it. Because again, another guy moving up in weight. There's a lot of other guys that they prefer to Tank see fight, including yourself, Shakur, a lot of the other bigger names. What do you think about that fight? What was the first thought that came to your mind when that fight got announced?
Same thing that everybody else thought. Unfortunately, you know, Lamont Roach, he got in his feelings when I gave my honest opinion. So, like I said before,
he's a world champion himself. He's coming up and way to dare to be great. So we fought before, you know. So it's history. It's history in that. There's two guys that trying to be great. To that, because I'm still in the mix, so I just gotta keep my head grounded. Stay grounded and just. My whole goal was always to go out there and put on a great performance, like every night. So I can't really say right now because I'm still in the mix. Like I said, but hopefully when it's all said and done, I'll be one of them top great fighters.
How soon is it going to be before you're done? Because on several occasions, it's almost like you're alluding to you only have but so many fights left. You're looking to walk away from the game. How close are you to that, being undefeated and unblemished with some big fights out there for you to get?
It's close for sure. It just I don't know. It's a little draining. I just want to step back for a little bit and just focus on me.
I was tripping a bit.
Yeah, I do be having little thoughts. Yeah. But it's also too, I want to get myself together,
which is much more important.
Yeah, being more there for my kids, going to school, just building myself up as a person. Yeah. You know what I mean? As a great human being. That's what I'm focusing on.
You mentioned at the next stage of your life you wanted to seek therapy, become a better person. What does that actually mean? Like, what do you want to get out of this therapy?
That's healing myself.
He mentioned his intention to seek therapy to improve himself as a person, highlighting his awareness of the toll boxing has taken on him. Coach Myron Flowers praised Davis's relentless work ethic, emphasizing his desire to improve with each training session. Davis's commitment to bettering himself both inside and outside the ring has been a crucial factor in his success, setting the stage for what promises to be an explosive fight against Roach.
Work ethic in the gym. Oh, he's a competitor. He wants to compete. You know what I mean? He wants to win. He wants to, do more than the next guy. But he's also humble in a sense. Because there's a lot of things that he wasn't good at that he had to learn, watch, and sit back and then, okay, now I got push myself, but was humble enough to learn and listen to a lot of things that he was able to think he has never done before. And that's kind of hard to do to people, man, to really say like, listen, man, you do this. I know it don't really directly correlate to boxing, but I promise you it's going to help you in the ring. That's hard to introduce to people, you know what I mean? And then them trust you this late. It's not like I've trained Tank since he was 6 or 7 years old, or since he's been 12, like I've coached Scooter. So that, I was fortunate that there was some trust there.